It looks like it's finally time. Drake is finally going to drop his brand new album, For All the Dogs. We're about a week and a half away, as Drake has pushed back this album multiple times, but it looks like it's finally going to come out on October 6th, which is next Friday. So we have about 10 days until this album finally comes out, and here's everything we know so far. Starting off with the features, we know a couple of the features already. SZA's going to be on the album, definitely, because Drake already dropped a single off the album, the song Sliming You Out, which featured SZA. Nicki Minaj will also be featured on the album. That was confirmed by Drake a few months ago when Drake was going with the whole, I'm going to bring the old Drake back. This album's going to sound like the old Drake, but we'll talk about that in a second. Other features on this album that have pretty much been confirmed are also Yeat, because Drake teased a collab with Yeat. And they definitely have a song. We just don't know when it's dropping. But a Drake and Yeat collab is something that Drake and Yeat fans have been waiting a long time for. Another collab I think is finally going to happen on this album is Drake is finally going to drop a song with Lil Yachty. We know there is a song with Drake and Lil Yachty. They did a music video with Cole Bennett, and it's definitely a thing. We just don't know when it's dropping. Also, I think Lil Wayne will be on this album. I feel like Drake hasn't had a solo Lil Wayne feature song with those two in a while, so I definitely think that's overdue, especially if this album is for Drake and for all his dogs as well. So let's talk about that after talking about the features. Drake has said this album is going to sound like the old Drake, so my guess with that, and a lot of people's guess was in the beginning that it's going to be an R&B album. It looks like it might not be an R&B album. I don't know. I hope not. I hope it's just Drake rapping on soul beats. We haven't got that in a really, really, really long time. But there's also been conflicting reports because Lil Yachty said the album sounds current, which if this album is supposed to sound like the old Drake, how could it sound current at the same time? So will it sound like the old Drake? Will it sound like a mix of things? I don't know. But what I want personally is Drake to just do the soul beat thing. I think Drake is a way better rapper than he is with the R&B stuff. I think the R&B stuff is kind of played out by now, and Drake has done everything he can with that. The last couple of albums we've gotten by Drake with the R&B stuff has just been absolutely terrible. From More Life on, I would say it's been pretty rough. That and some of the Caribbean stuff, the house stuff has been absolutely horrendous for the most part as well. It's funny because speaking of the house stuff, and honestly, never mind, a lot of Drake's house music that's actually like good isn't from that album. It's from like More Life and before that. So I hope we're not getting any house music as well, but I really just hope it's just Drake rapping. He's a way better rapper than he is an R&B singer in his voice. And also, Her Loss was a great album. That was a lot of Drake rapping with 21 Savage. So hopefully we get a lot more of that style with Drake. Now let's talk about some of my predictions with this album after talking about all that we know about the album. So my prediction for this album, I honestly think Drake is going to sell somewhere between 700K to 800K first week, especially with the bundle rule being brought back. A lot of people don't know about the bundle rule, but basically for a while, you could bundle your album with any type of merch, a vinyl, a CD, and it was counted as an album sale. And this was actually taken out after Drake lost to Kenny Chesney, who was selling concert tickets with his album to go number one over Drake when Drake released Dark Lane demo tapes, which Drake still sold like 400K first week, but he couldn't beat out the concert ticket bundle. So I think with these brand new bundles, Drake is definitely selling some merch with this. He's already selling phone cases with some of the sayings from the album. So I think if Drake uses that, he'll sell over 800K, but this is a really hyped up Drake album. And the last one that was really hyped up was Certified Lover Boy, and that album was the highest selling album of the year with around 650 to 700K first week. And Drake already has a number one song on this album as well with Slime You Out. So I really think this album's going to sell well. If he releases more merch, his album is selling easily over 1 million first week. If he has more star-studded collabs like he has with SZA already, easily over 1 million first week. But that's just me being a super Drake fan. Some other predictions on the album, some of the features I hope we get. I think we might get Drake and Cardi. We might get Drake and Uzi. I feel like I say this with every album. We might get Drake and Frank as well. Those are my top three. Even though all three probably aren't going to happen. The one that's most likely to happen, though, is Drake and Uzi, because they have the song At the Gates already, which has been leaked for a while. So maybe they won't drop it. Maybe they will drop it. But we finally need that collab officially released. Also, another thing I hope that's not on the album is Search and Rescue being on the album. If that song is on the album, then we already have one skip on there already. And something else I really hope is on the album is that song Drake has with Benny the Butcher. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look it up. But that song is absolutely phenomenal and a collab that we need. I would love a Drake and Griselda collab in general, but I really hope that's something we get on this album. Also, my prediction for the general theme of the album with the For All the Dogs tagline, I think Drake is finally going to drop a whole bunch of collabs we've been waiting for a while. Meaning he's going to do it with artists that we've wanted for years. He already did a song with SZA. He has a song with Yeat on the way. Lil Yachty and him have a song. So I think we're finally going to get some of the collabs, and Drake is going to hold it down for all the dogs. The one song I really hope is on there is a song with Frank Ocean. Drake's been talking about Frank Ocean a lot, Homer hanging across my neck. He also posted a photo of a Frank Ocean vinyl, and they have a really good relationship ever since that Camp Flog Gnaw incident in 2019. So I really hope we get that Frank Ocean collab on this album, but I don't think we'll get it. For album length, I think we're looking at an hour-long Drake album. He has that much new material. I think we're going to get 18 songs, I feel like, and half the songs are going to have features. If I'm going to guess the album breakup, I feel like we're going to get 10 rap songs, 4 R&B songs, and then 2 songs where Drake does some type of random stuff or something new that he always wanted to do, maybe some dance tracks, who knows. But I'm really excited for this album. Let me know your thoughts on this album, your predictions on this album. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.